And we do have a verdict in this case, and I am hearing that it is a guilty verdict, guilty of murder in this case of Karmelo Anthony. Brooke is moving to the camera right now as we wait for the official word. We expect that this means that they will come out and make a statement at some point.
Secret Service Sam here with some troubling news. They have just found Karmelo Anthony guilty of murder. This has just dropped. I don't know what this means for Collins County, Texas. I can't imagine the community is going to take this well. As you know, the judge gave manslaughter as an option, but they came back with a murder charge. They ruled that you don't get to meet a shove with a stab. Now, we all know that this seems like it was way more than a shove. And the videos will be released, and we will all get to see those videos for ourselves. But I can't say that justice was served today. How is it that somebody like Rick Chow gets off on self-defense for shooting somebody in the back, a 14-year-old? How is it that George Zimmerman gets off for killing a teenager, Trayvon Martin? This is just not the outcome I think anybody wanted. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is a sad day for our justice system. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world.
We heard. Hey, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What the fuck you want? You need to be ashamed. You need to be ashamed. Because that's one of y'all that was in there. But you're not going to give a fuck just at your front door. That's the sad part.
Verdict's in. Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder. Guilty of murder. I'm not going to be the person to sit here and say I told you so, because I'm very logical on how I think, the way how I see things, you know, how I'm able to process reality. But you know what? I must say, it is a sad day. It's a sad day that it took all of this to just give accountability for what this young man did for killing Austin Metcalf. And it's sad because he's so young. But the reality is, all the things that was said in the case, even from the arrest 1 year ago, it just made no sense. When you have in a case where 21 people's stories nearly align with each other, that Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor, he was the one calling them out of their names, trying to antagonize, get a reaction, trying to find justification for why his hand is in the bag, taking it out to unalive an individual. Now he's guilty of murder. I blame the grifters out there that sat there. Oh, he has a case. He has this. Oh, my God, he's self-defense. All these fake-ass grifting lawyers. Everybody was a lawyer for 1 year all of a sudden. I blame all of y'all. The ones that live in lack of reality. Because if you did live in reality, he would have took a plea agreement and showed accountability. But that's not what anybody wanted. Everybody told him he had a strong case. Self-defense. They touched you. A lot of people have a misunderstanding of the law and how shit works. And now it's going to cost this 17, now 19-year-old his life because he got convicted of murder. And this ain't going to be no light sentence. He could face up to 99 years in prison. Where these people found without a doubt coming back with the decision after 3 hours. When you come back with a verdict in 3 hours, that is unanimous. There's no thinking about it. This case started on Wednesday, jury selection on Monday, case starts on Wednesday, and 5 days later, you get a verdict? That means the defense didn't have a strong case. The witnesses entrapped themselves. This is something that I've been telling for 1 year. Stop protecting murderers. And now the community has egg on their face. Donated $500,000 to a murderer. Things that you will not be able to unsee. Now, Austin Metcalf could have justice for a senseless act of this young man reaching in his bag, taking a knife, stabbing this young man in the heart, and killing him. Austin, rest in peace. Karmelo Anthony, live the best way you can, because you are going to prison. Justice is served. I keep the same energy. I don't care what color it is. The same way how these grifters made it a white versus black. It had nothing to do with race. It was right and wrong. And you chose to think of the color, which caused this man to think that he could get away with this instead of reality. Karmelo Anthony's guilty. As I said, from the simple, logical thinking that I have since last year.
Knew it was rigged from the start when they said all white jury. Did y'all hear Karmelo Anthony? They have the verdict, murder. Yeah. So now they're going to go back. They're going to figure out if they want to give him life. But it was set up from the start. And we need all hands and all decks on standby. But our community, the black community, y'all steady out here twerking, arguing about wigs and gays and all that crap. Pay attention, because you gonna be next, okay? So, honey, it's a sad day out here. You guys know the defense, they didn't even have a defense. You know, his side didn't even argue. They didn't even allow him to get on the stand to say anything. Man, this was railroaded. And even though they done doctored a lot of pictures, because Karmelo, he had a black eye, but the doctor, he didn't edit that out, smoothed out, that exposed that. They exposed the fact that he was jumped. He was under a tent. I don't give a damn about he was under another school's tent. Y'all all are Christians. Y'all all raised up by Christians. If it was Jesus' tent, Jesus wouldn't throw him out because it was raining. I thought y'all supposed to be Christian-like. What would Jesus do? Clearly, y'all not Christian-like. You're more like Satan-like. For you to want to jump on that boy, fight that boy, because he was under a tent protecting himself from the rain and stuff, you got to be sick. And then they said the same guy that got taken out by Anthony because he was defending himself, they was jumping him and hitting on him, and he pulled out something. It wasn't a knife, but it was something. And he stabbed. He didn't mean to stab the person. It wasn't intentional. He was protecting himself because they was getting in the ass. Okay? And people say, well, a hit for a hit. Ain't no fucking hit for a hit. When somebody about to go into your house and they break into your house, you want to pow them. That's what y'all do. Somebody get in your driveway, you shoot them. Somebody break in your house, you shoot them. And the laws are okay with that. You cannot help how somebody gonna react when they trying to save their life. Hell, hands, and he's a big football player. That shit hurts, okay? Physically hurt. How about keep your hands to yourself? What about teach your kids the ways of God? What would Jesus do? Jesus wouldn't go and provoke somebody and just start beating them up. No. Why y'all didn't pray for the man? Why y'all didn't pray for Karmelo Anthony? Y'all should have hold hands. Let's pray. Include him in the prayer. You know what I'm saying? But no, because they said that same guy that did that to Anthony, he was on the internet talking about some monkeys. I wish a monkey would come up to the track meet because he see black people as monkeys, as animals. A lot of them do. You know, black people was not seen as humans. They have to fight to see us humans. And a lot of people still don't see us as fucking humans. They see us motherfucking monkeys and apes and chimps and shit. Okay? So, honey, comment. I want to know y'all thoughts. I just wanted to let y'all know what was going on so y'all can be prepared. It is murder. They got him for murder, y'all. Ain't it a sad day on this